A quick question. Have you ever faced this in an interview? You apply for a drug product role, but the questions suddenly go into API. Things like sources of impurities. What if API solubility is low? Which properties affect the resolution? So in that moment, you are thinking like, wait, I don't even work on API. It's not even on my CV. Then why am I being questioned? If this sounds familiar, you know exactly what I mean. So today I will show you the link the most candidates miss, the DS and DP bridge. So let's cross that so you can face the interviews with confidence. We are not going to memorize module 3 section by section. Instead, we will connect the dots. So you understand why each and every section and document matters and how it shapes your drug product. Because the real question is not what goes where in module 3. In fact, the question is why the DP professionals are expected to understand the drug substance. Now let's go back to that interview situation. If you work in drug product RA, you already handle your dossier 3 to P from formulation to stability. But your role doesn't stop there. You also depend on information from 3 to S. Both 3 to S and 3 to P come together in the CTD and are reviewed as one submission. And that's why understanding how they connect is really critical. Now look here, focus on the red box. This is the open part of the 3 to S. And as a DPRA professional, you don't get the full API data from the API manufacturer or the drug substance RA team. The API manufacturer has a lot more information like full manufacturing details, development history and confidential know-how. And that information is not shared with you. Only selected relevant information is shared with you. And this is the information you rely on to justify your drug product. Now look at the full flow here. Even though you don't handle the full drug substance data, your product is still built on it. What gets defined in 3-2S becomes the foundation for 3-2P. So to understand your product properly, you need to understand what's built on. Interviewers are not testing memory. They are not asking which section you worked on. They are checking if you understand the product as a connected system. Because when something changes in the API, it doesn't stay there. It creates a ripple effect. Like if particle size changes, resolution changes. If the polymorphic form changes, bioavailability can shift. And if the API is unstable, product shelf life gets impacted. If impurities change, safety, stability, and regulatory acceptance can be impacted. So here is the key point. When API properties change, they don't stay in the drug substance. They carry forward into the drug product. And that's why DS and DP are the same product, just at different stages. If you look at the ICS CTD guideline, it clearly tells you what goes where in module 3. So structurally everything is already defined. But still many professionals find module 3 confusing. Not because it's difficult, not because the guideline is unclear, but because the why is missing. And that's exactly what we are going to solve here. Welcome to the series Module 3 Explained for the Interviews and Real Industry Understanding. In this series, you will start seeing the logic behind each section, how they connect, and how reviewers actually think. So you don't just prepare the Module 3, you understand it. Along the way, we will also look at probable interview questions and break down the concept behind them. So you can frame your own answers. You can drop your answers in the comments and I will personally review them. So next time you are in an interview, don't just recall the sections. Connect the DS and DP. This is the glimpse of the next episodes. Stay tuned till the end of this series and you will discover how to answer out of the scope interview questions with confidence. In episode 2, we will cover 32S1, the blueprint for your 32P2. So before we wrap up, a quick question for you. Which API property do you think impact the resolution the most? Take a moment and think about it. Drop your answer in the comments. I will personally go through them and respond. Thanks for watching.